Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome, folks. Hey, Dynak. Hey, Bill. Hey, Rod and Stuart. So we have Wick Central and Penguin Makers. How's everyone doing? Hey, Surf. Yes, today will not be nearly as lively. I'm still recovering from Sunday. I am still recovering from Sunday. Hey, Lord Getface. Hey, Pop Away. But I did make a little bit of progress on the printer. Let's see here. Okay. So, have the Z drives are installed. Move some of this. Hey, Nemi. Hey, China Drum. Hey, Cliff. Hey, John. Let's get some of this off here and then we can see. So I did let's get this thing out of the way. You can see I made some plates for the amplifier feet to go on that tuck them in a little more and also set the spacing on for the pulley. I did notice that as it was installed before, the pulley was 3 millimeters too far that way. Hey, X-Air Builder. Hey, Joey. Hey, Kyle. And Barry. And Tuxedo. The pulley was 3 millimeters too far that way. So I used this to create the correct spacing and then added some extra washers in there. Because this needs to line up with the Z idler. And it wasn't before. And it wasn't such that I could just reverse the pulley and get it to line up. It wasn't quite right. So, but this works out well. I think everything else lines up. One of the little plates, one of the little accent plates in the front there. That's not the front, that's the back, but still. Yeah. So, little more chill today, but hope to make progress. So the goal here today is to get the gantry together. Maybe not completely together, but make good progress on it. So we did the sub-assemblies on Sunday. So the A and B drives, the front idlers. So we'll have the XY joints and extrusions and stuff to put in. So we'll kind of follow the documentation here. Hey, Liz. Love being able to make it, changing my show to later as an experiment. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Hey there, Ranch Kid. Welcome. Maker some good entertainment while I'm laying here in the hospital. Uh-oh. Hope you're doing okay, Lost Meteor. We will need probably all of these. Going to need some extrusions. Rails. Hey, Kiwi Dave. Hey, Nick. Hey, the Mad Owl. Wick Central, I think I said hi already. Turn this off. So, we got the front idlers done. There is some belt stuff to put in. Got to figure out belt lengths. We tried multi-line and file in the latest Orca Slicer. I don't typically use Orca Slicer for no good reason. Just that I have been, for months, I have been on a pace of just barely being ready for the next stream. I'm hoping after Smurf, I can slow that pace down. It's been a bit much. I've had no time to do anything but what I need to do for the next thing. Hey, Phil. Okay, so let's go through here. So we have Y rails we need to put on. And with a 25 millimeter space. Let's go ahead and do that. I've been waiting for improvement. Hey, John. These have been sitting in here, so let me just dust them off real quick. So we'll have something like this, this, a 6-axis. Okay, where did those go? Hey, Nemesis. Just remove V2 to be a hybrid. Readout in 2.4xy. Okay. Okay. So, thanks to West 3D for providing some Berserker Skis rails on request. We had West 3D and Fabrico and KB3D contributing to this, as well as E3D, and sure more will come as we get closer. Hey, Tin Talon. Yeah, that's fine, Kyle. I just been so overloaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Every other one from the end. That should work. So this panel is just an ABS sheet. As we get them in the US, as I understand it in the EU and other locations, they don't necessarily come this way. But generally, this ABS paneling, ABS sheeting, comes textured on one side and ugly on the other side. So that's just standard ABS, 3mm ABS panel here. Hey, Cody. Prefer ASA sheeting. Of course you do, John. Hey, TJ. Hey, Daniel. I am a little lower energy today. It's just been busy. I'm doing interviews at work, so that's why we're starting a little later than a typical Wednesday. There we go. Yeah, I got that message, Kyle. Thanks. Yeah, I'm hiring at the office. Okay, where? Butterfingers. Oh, there it is. Where did... Let's use this. Where'd the other one go? Where'd my other driver go? Okay. Well, hopefully I can find it somewhere. I know I had it on Sunday. So we're doing a normal Polymaker filament giveaway. Link is in the description and the pinned post. Also, don't let me forget, I need to give away the last 5 free channel members today. I won't have another opportunity this month. I was going to do them on Sunday, but I forgot. Okay. And this needs to be 25 millimeters from the end. I have a free channel membership for my birthday. No. You're already a member. That. Printed 3 of these, so I'll just use 3 of them. There we go. It's okay, I wouldn't want to join any channel that would have me. Your birthday was last Tuesday? Well, happy birthday, belated birthday. Yeah, that was right on 25 millimeters. Nope. Nope. I should have put these rails on. I should have put the rails on between streams. I didn't think about it. Busy work. Trying to keep busy work for between streams. Okay, so that one's gonna go there. This one, it's here. What electronics? It is getting that board right there. That is a Taco Raven. It is a custom 3D printer controller developed by Voron team around 2019, 2020. There is a GitHub out there for it, but it was never produced in quantity. It is a collector's item. Hey, Jeff. Yes. So the Taco Raven is courtesy of Max. Hey, Andrew. He donated that. I mean, obviously, Max donated the printer to the cause, and also Taco Raven. I actually own a Taco Raven, even though it's before my time. I ended up winning the auction for the one that Nero Taylor, Canuck creator, donated to SMF for the first Smurf. If this one, for some reason, doesn't work, then I will pull that one out. But I don't want it because I paid a lot of money for that. Holy moly, I'm really good because that is right on 25 millimeters. I didn't adjust this one at all. Hey, printer prun. So memory at this point. I say that's just luck. Okay. Y rails are installed. Hey, Death Cube. Hey, Net Runes. Okay, what do we got next? So, Y rails. Hey, Richard Cook. And then we're going to put those on. Okay, we got to figure out belts on this thing, because I need them all to be the same length. And installing them looks like a royal pain in the tuchus. So that belt goes up through there before, but I want to make sure that they're all, hey Dr. Dave, all the same length. So we should be able to do this. If we cut them all the same length, we can trim the same amount from all of them also. So let's see. I can cut them just a little long, but not so long that it's unwieldy to install. And then we can go from there. So this is a length of belt. This came from Fabrico. So the dual voltage bed heater and the belts came from Fabrico. Oops, back. It is Gates. Yep, of course. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way. This don't really matter which side to go on yet. It is not 1.5 millimeter belt conversion. What do you think this is? 2025? We're back in time. This is 2017-ish. Let's see if I can get maybe this will be easier to do this way. I was test fitting some power supply and other stuff there. Go this way. Yeah, that'll work. There we go. Okay. That's going to go there. We can get a pretty decent guesstimate here. It's not the correct routing, but it'll be close enough for this purpose. We go here and just go across. It'll be 24 volt. So what'll happen, just use an idler here as a stand-in. I think we should be able to just overlap these by about 20 something millimeters, and we'll have enough for everything. Right? If I overlap this by 26, 28 millimeters, it'll probably be fine. Let's see. Not going to make that big of a deal. Calling you from Portugal. Excellent work. Awesome. Thank you. And welcome. Hey, Patriot First. Is the Voron still a modern printer these days? Still want to build one and have some switch wires in the make? Of course it is. But my first V2, I made it 12 volt because I thought that was plenty. Yep. Okay, so that's there and that's there. And then I think, because that's going to pass a 20 millimeter extrusion. If I make that like, let's just say 30 millimeters of overlap, that'll give me a total of 10 millimeters of leeway. So that'll be about 30, might be 32. Let's just do it. $30. That's good enough. So now I need to pull this off and make sure these are cut nice. And then I'm going to measure them out to 4 of these at this length. That way I don't have to sit here and install and uninstall and I'm going to go ahead and do this, clamp it down to the bench, just make double sure I get this right the first time. Okay. Why did you not clamp down? Because it wasn't straight, that's why. Go. It lines up all the way along and cut right there. Go. There's one. I don't want to get nerd, but I wonder how many Voron guys are Trekkies. Well, the problem is, start bringing that up, start bringing up Star Trek versus Star Wars, then we have a problem. I don't know. I'm a fan of both. I grew up watching the original series in syndication. It was on at like 5 p.m. every certain night on one of the 3 channels we had. Two and one more. Top belt, 1 tooth. I like both, yes. Okay, there we go. Galaxy Quest. I just watched that again the other day. Okay, so that's those, which means we can hopefully start putting these, putting our gantry together. I think this can set down for now. Can you have 4 channels, ABC, CBS? We had, well, we had channel 7, channel 9 was PBS, channel 12. Those are our 3. And then later we got channel 24. Yeah, those were the 4 that I had. But we had 3 for a long time, and then we got 24. And then we started getting other miscellaneous channels as time went on. Paper, scissors, Spock last week, even though they knew not what Spock was. That's hilarious. Dozen times in theaters. Yeah. I think I like Star Trek because it gets a little old. Some of these other shows, the power scales, you know, any of the superhero movies, they have serious problems with power scales. You always have the more powerful thing, and then you have to have more power to counter it. And I guess with Star Trek, you have technology in that case. What technology is going to come in to save the day? Okay, so let's see here. We've got, I guess we'll just do this side and this side. Superhero problem is exactly the same as Star Wars. Yeah, but I mean, if you really think about it, if you keep going down that, you could say that technology is a problem, a similar problem. Suddenly this technology is going to save the day. Okay, so this goes here. So when this gets installed, I want to be able to read the belts from the front. That's the idea. If you're looking in the printer, I want to be able to look to the side and read the text. So that's my gauge for that. So this goes here. Maybe we do this. Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who. I am a here. See, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I mean, but I'm a Doctor Who fan where I'll let a few seasons stack up and then I'll binge watch them. Especially because I kind of got used to that because it wasn't available instantly in the US. It was all whoever could get it from BBC. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that in right there to where that just comes out the edge there. I remember watching a few episodes of Doctor Who on PBS, late night PBS, when I was a kid, like staying the night at my grandparents' house. But most of my Doctor Who fandom is from the newer stuff. I have been fine with every Doctor. I'm not picky. I particularly like Peter Capaldi. Hey, Max. I do like, of course, David Tennant, Matt Smith. Okay. This is going to have some M5 by 10s on here. So, not that one. So let's get a few of these up here, staged and ready. Nice marks there. Very good when the scripts were a match for him. I just liked him as the Doctor, regardless. I just think it was a good fit. And I've read some articles where he's a huge fan of the show. It kind of shows. Who's your favorite Doctor companion? Ooh. Well, Amy Pond. Amy Pond, for sure. Amy and Rory, I liked the Matt Smith stuff. That was probably some of my favorite general episodes, was the Matt Smith and Amy Pond stuff. Original Hitchhiker's Guide over the new one. I've read all the Hitchhiker's Guide books, at least all that I know of. He kind of... Okay, let's see. Figure out how this thing goes in here. So if that bends over there, and this goes... Actually, that's wrong. That's got to go there and there. Why is that not going over that? No, that pulls through there. How do I actually get that thing on there? There's no anything to stop that, so I should just be able to. There we go. Teeth towards the extrusion. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, now I gotta reorientate myself. That means it goes this way. Okay, teeth towards the extrusion. That makes sense. So I will say that the current Vorons out there, that is what you want to build. There is lots of little things like that is a really tight fit for this belt. It is cool seeing the level of polish that has evolved in the machines over time. As more people have gotten involved, as the people building them, checking things. But on that note, it is an interesting thing that we discovered. I discovered a problem in the Trident and V2 that exists today that, to my knowledge, nobody has reported. I don't remember. Your streams are always a breath of fresh air. Thank you. I went into TCGs and I just zone out. Lord of the Ring book blows away the movies. I've read all the Lord of the Ring books. I read all the Song of Ice and Fire books before the show came out. At least all of them that were released before the show came out. I used to read a lot. It used to read a lot. M5 by 10. I need M5 by 10. Anyway, talking about things, I was working on Trident CAD the other day and noticed that, you know, the BA drives, and they have an M5 by 30 that goes into a printed thread. The B drive side, the threads are reversed because they're mirrored from the A drive. And I don't know that anybody has ever reported that, and I never noticed it before, even working on it as much as I have before. I thought that was hilarious that stuff like that can still be found is what I'm saying. That stuff like that can still be identified. Okay, I want to make sure that that's flush there. I think at least as a starting point. So I'm just going to use the side of my bench here. Yep, that's good. I think that's that. So I would imagine I do that at both sides. That's gonna go up there. 5 by 10s. Mix them to take the idler pins. Double T made much nicer install. Okay, where are those things? 1, 2, 4 of these. 3 and 4. Yeah, I have the big, thick Hitchhiker's Guide book. So, okay. Oops. There's that. This is going to go there. I don't think, I guess we can finger tighten these for now. Tridex probably does too. So others have noticed that. I have not seen it reported. It's just hilarious. So many years out and there's still little things that can be found. Okay, so if we do this side, grab another one of these. So if this goes, yep, right like that, with that like that, and right like that, yep. It's a little screwdriver. Push this in here. No, give me a second. I want to check something. There we go. I heard a meow, and I figure I'd go get him. Bye, Felix. See you, John. Wow, that is tight. It's tighter than the other side. Just kind of make sure I don't have any elephant's foot impacting. Let's try that. There we go. Just got to get it in there straight. Yep, that's still good. I want that to be pretty much even with the end here. Felix is kind of a little shy of people, not as much as Oscar. Nuts in there. We can put them in and then slide them into place. But he is not super excited when people come over still. I'll be able to get those in, I think. Hey, Ref. He has been my cat lately, apparently. I've been his pillow. Which is not fantastic for getting quality sleep. Because you don't want to disturb the cat. Hey, Lyle. Okay, now I'm gonna hopefully. Yep. Go. These in there. So true, Wick Central. He is complaining in there, though, for some reason. Hey, Peter Carter. Exactly, Tuxedo. That is so true. Why is that? That there is a 12mm screw mixed in. That's not okay. I blame Max. Okay, so that's that. Then we can put the front on same way. Then we can put the piece in the middle. Okay, so we have these guys. So another, there's our other two. Go there, here. Oh, and these go on both. Okay. Does this have to go in from the top as well? No. Why is there a Oh, it's because it's mirrored. That's why. It's the same part on either side. No. Aha! We've got something going on here. Look at the groove there on both, but no groove over here. These are mixed up parts. We get to fix that. I blame Max. Who was it? Was it Max that was helping me, or was it Morden, or who was helping me build these? Okay. That's okay. We shall fix it. Oh yeah, Bill might have been helping on these. We can blame Bill. We blame Max a lot. We're gonna blame Max a lot more too. So let's spread it around. Okay. They were following my directions. Yeah, that's true. Ultimately, it's my responsibility. Sure, let's just pull all these apart. The AB mounts are a little complicated. There's a good reason why it evolved into the... Okay. How do these go? We have got to figure this out. Yeah, might as well just get a big ol' messed up pile of parts here. Mix them up as much as we can. Might as well. It's already going that way. Okay. So we need a lower, so that's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there. So that's where we're gonna start. So this is a thick side, thin side. That means this guy is gonna go over here. This guy is gonna go over here. Hey, Demonlin. Max said he was gonna join. Yeah, join remotely as in be in chat. Hey, Bob. This is why these parts are keyed on 2.4, yeah. Okay. And then, so this is low there, which means the bolt comes up. This is the top right there. That goes there. Oops, shoot. Lost a washer. Man down. There's one. Oh, shoot. Let's put this guy way back over here so I don't keep rolling over wires with the chair. Oh. Okay, so this is top piece, which means it gets, because these are different. See, this is the head of the screw, this is the nut. So this goes on here, and this gets help hold that together. And then a bolt comes up through here. Here, 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 and here. And then this, oops, a washer here. This comes on and here. There we go. A screw here, nut here. There we go. So that one comes over here, which means the belt that I threw over here for some reason. Nope. This goes here. Yeah. This goes up here and wraps around to even with that. This has to go on the end like that. Of course, I forgot to put the T-nuts in there ahead of time. Don't we? Before we really forget, let's do it over here. Now this was these short T-nuts. So one of the reasons these Misumi T-nuts are handy is because they are shorter than these. See that? The length is much shorter, and there was actually a requirement, I'm pretty sure, on these to use at least one short one for this assembly. Sure. Okay, and then 2 5x10s. Okay. I need to put 2 of these in here. Because I forgot. Now, this one we'll leave out for now. That's the 12. We'll just put this other one in because the Z joint goes in that one, I imagine. Make sure that is all flush with the end. Oh, that one's wrong anyway. That side. So. Come off. This on. What are plans for a tool head? Are we doing cable chains? At least umbilical can on this. Nope, cable chains. We're not just doing cable chains, we're doing zip chains. I wanted to do belt chains, but it's just too much effort. Too much effort. Too much prep that I just don't want to add to the build. So the default setup for this was either tape chains or zip chains, and I'm doing zip chains. So tape chains is literally a tape measure, good quality tape measure cut, and then wrapped with Tessa tape to control the wire harness. Or zip chains are actually more traditional cable chain, but it's printed and put together with zip ties. Okay, we got 2 more of these to put in. Get this time. Okay, now, since this is this side, we're gonna build it with the top first. Means this goes here. This goes through here. That. this, oops. The pulley side is up, so this goes here. That way. Hey, Zeta. There, 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 there. Sure. Yep, I forgot that one. I had an extra washer here for a reason. Hey, buddy. What's up? The Freak. Thanks for the super chat. Okay, so there is all that to correct the that. Okay, so that's going there, that's going there. That means this is here, there. Yep. Those have more gap in them than the others. Just a little bit more, making sure that that's even. Goes in there, and oh, there you go. It goes right like that. So now, oh, that would have been on the back. I need to, I can remove this one here. That one comes out. That'll be a different fastener. What's up, buddy? My wayward orange cat Tango just popped up on Nextdoor. Apparently he left his trailer park home and is now causing trouble in another neighborhood. So you have a wandering cat that left. See Oscar run in circles on Lizzie Susan. He has made it turn before. He was very confused and very cautious. That looks pretty good. Almost got a nose bump. Apparently is homeless again. Did Cheddar kick him out? Did Cheddar chase him away? Okay, so those two sides are done, I think, with belts on it. So now we have the rear extrusion. So this is something that changed between this and 2.4. So that is a 2.1 and 2.2 extrusion. This is a 2.4 extrusion. So this one can go, this one will come with the printer in case someone wants to convert this to back to a 2.4. That will come with it. Okay, that is all just, yeah, that's gonna go right like that. Two, 4, and 2, 4. Like some of the look on some of the parts and choices here. Definitely had an aesthetic. Hey, Adam. Okay. Flip this around. Lazy Susan's not just for big heavy printers. Just go on there like that. What's your bill name, Mr. Excuse? This is Voron 2.1. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Get this wire out of the way. This is all over the place. Don't want this to be tight. There we go. Hey, Martin. This will all get adjusted on the printer. So that one I'm going to get rid of. It has rust. I've been reusing screws that don't have rust. Anyone that has rust, I am ditching. Okay, so that is the gantry together. Let's see what the documentation says next. That's that. Okay, then we're gonna put it in the printer and run the belts. Okay, so I'm gonna carefully move this stuff around because these joints I don't want to break. Let's move this over here. Find the front. I have a piece of tape marking the front, so this is the front. Zen RC Kyle, thanks for being a member. Hey Max, did you see my new feet? The new feet that I put on here? There's one. Are you still here? Woo! Why is this? Huh. Anyway. It's held in with 2 screws into here, and then just has a screw holding it on. I think it looks fine. I think it's good. But the problem is that this spacing here, per the manual, this was 3 millimeters too close to the front and didn't match as opposed to the upper idler. So I had to put 3 more washers in there and then space this out. So this spacing ends up being 20 millimeters. So what's up, buddy? You want treats? Is that what you want? Is it treats time? You gotta come up here. There you are. Hey, Tech Warrior. It's over here. You gotta come get it. I love how he gets this paw involved. One more? You want one more? You gotta come up here for it. Here you go. Thank you. Okay, this is the front still. Hasn't changed. That can sit. Maybe we'll put some bumpers on this to move it up a bit. Let's put it right here so I can be sure to be able to get a wrench up in there. That is wrong. There we go, right there. Gotta be. Yep. And one more. Okay, so that should do good there. I should give him a kitty go-gurt, but that's okay. Okay, now this whole thing. Comes in here. Okay, let's move this side down a spot. Okay. Move it back up a spot. Okay. Think. There we go. That screw in there. Yeah, that one's installed. There. Ooh, that is way off. Okay. Loosen that. Loosen all of these, because that apparently doesn't. Here, let's take this guy off right now so I can get to that screw. Get in there. Okay. Loosen that. Loosen that. That and that. Because this has to move quite a bit forward. So let's just move it on from both sides. There we go. Did Max get to meet Oscar? No, nobody got to meet the scaredy cat. Okay, I've got a better screwdriver than that for this. I got one of the Vice drivers. That's the 2mm. It must be in here. Where is that? There we go. There we go. Why aren't you going in? I think the T-nut moved out of position. Okay, I think that worked. It all needs to be adjusted still, but I Hey, Brent. This positioning here has to be evened up. I'm gonna have to tweak this. These are gonna need to be loose because this positioning is important. Just barely loose. Pull this around. Well, these need to loosen up. It's on there. Okay, so that is on. That's on. Now I need to figure out. Okay, well that seems okay right there. Richard wants to know how many printers you have because you're always building them. I think I counted 32. It's either 32 or 33. Right around there. This is one of the best kinds of printers because it doesn't stay around after I'm done. This one right here isn't sticking around when it's done. Let's tweak some of this stuff into position. Because the other side did go in fine with it flush with the end. So I think this side will too. I think it was just where the things were. Mrs. Maker thinks 7 is way too many. Well, we all know that's not true. Yeah, it was just the way that was going. These should have stayed flush with the end. The correct number of printers is N+1. There. Okay, there we are. And then on this side, now this. So something interesting. Let's see if I have the right things around here. I can find enough things. This is important, tightening up these bolts here on a 2.4 or this or whatever, because this helps constrain the rotation of your Y extrusions here. You see that? How these bolt in can impact how this all sits. And then your XY joint, your X-axis can impact that. So what I'm going to do to ensure that this bolts together fine, move things around over here. I'm gonna grab an extrusion here. Then I'm gonna grab a couple of clamps. Grab a couple of clamps and we'll move our carriage out of the way here. We are going to just clamp that right there. Good jump. That out of the way. Clamp that right there. Now, this is forced into its spot. All this is all even. Hey, decompiler. You want to see me make a delta? I've made a delta. We did a delta flyer on the channel. You should know that, Brent. Okay. So now, here, and also make sure that this is correct side to side. I made the Lazy Susan decompiler. It has been fantastic. Kitty butt. It's just a little bit. As far as it'll go. Oh, that looks good. I'm just going to kind of give this a little bit of support. So I am counting on, Mr. Jackson, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong, but my rails are installed at the same heights. So I'm just utilizing stops in the rail. My gantry is trammed right now, or at least close enough to be fine. So there, that is. Made your audio blobs separate. I noticed it was a single blob. De Taco. So when you turn this thing off, turn that off, it will slowly form down, and you can help it along. You can help it along with the magnet. See, now it's just one. See? And now as it gets used, it'll separate out into things. Gotta go eat dinner. What? You bring your dinner back here. Okay, so that's on. And we'll take this off, put it back away. Big ol' long Phoenix 3030. Okay. Where are we at now? Now here is our trim belt before side panel install. That goes up around, and then we get onto the XY joint. So it's a visual fidget toy. Yep. Okay, here you go. Here you go, buddy. Right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, so we have this guy that is going to go down and around here, around here. I think let's get under there with any sort of tool. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah. Maybe I can do this from above. Tweezers. Oh, almost. I think I can get the hang of this. There we are. There's one. Up through the XY joint here and around the pulley. There we go. Awesome. Pull this off. This will go. And then we'll have some standard number of teeth I want exposed in order to keep that. I don't know what that number is yet. But that is a belt, one belt installed. And I probably want it a little looser than that so we can have some travel in the idler there, but that's good enough for the first installs. Now we do it again. This goes under here. This squeezes through between here. There we go. Easy peasy. Front through here. And then down to here. These could be 12 millimeter, I bet, those screws, but that's fine. Keep all that together. 2 belts installed. Ha ha ha. That is, oh, yep, that's not on there. That's why that one was. Okay, so these are about the same amount of belt exposed, but this one was way tighter than this one. And I was wondering why. And I realized that I wasn't actually over the teeth of the pulley down here. It was around the wide spot of the pulley. So I feel better. So this whole thing probably needs to come out a few more teeth. Okay. And the next one. There we go. Getting the hang of it. That's there. There. Here. To there. So the goal tonight is get the entire thing belted. That's the goal. Okay, there's the second one. Just that. It's an end of a wire. Fresh. Hey, Alex. Get the whole thing builted nice. Yep. We want nice builting. Nice builting. We always do nice builting, right? We show how do nice builting. Let's try that. Okay. Z is nice belted. Z is belted. You are a pest. Over here? You gonna come over here? Nope. TP just needs the little cuddles, extra cuddles. He is a pest. Voron red and black colors. What brand filament should I buy to print the parts? Well, Voron red is available from a couple of places, but probably if you want Voron red, Ambrosia is an official, semi-official Voron red. KVP would be, but their color consistency has been lacking. So, okay, let's see. So XY joints. So Z's are all belted. Now we have XY joints. These tops, top, back, and back. Set this aside for a second. XY joints. Ooh. So we have some bearings. Let's grab some bearings. So let's see here. This is the first one in the documentation. Bearing go there. And bearing there. Okay. Stack. So let's get a couple of these and these. And this is what we are going to build. Okay. Oh, my chair, not your chair. Stop the build and do it properly. That's not a hybrid ceramic bearing. No, it is not. I'd equip a Lazy Susan with electromagnetic brake that's simple to build. If you come up with that, you let me know, Tuxedo. Oh, that's the one that was tight. Just use this one for now. Just center that. There we go. And then, so we need washers. Oh. Washer goes here. 2 washers above. Actually, I feel like this isn't quite centered. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. To get a better eye on it. It's centered. Okay. That, and then 2 on top. And, oop. That, but then there's 2 more here with a M5 by 30 going through it. So let's pull this off. Do this, and this, and that one, that one, that one. That goes like that. That threads into some modeled in threads there. A little flimsy. Seems a little odd. But I think that's correct, right? Like that. That moves, but there is a lot of wiggle room there. That's like a millimeter of wiggle room. I feel like this stack up isn't quite right. Yeah, I think we need an extra washer. I'm just not sure which side to put it in. Let's see. Should it be in the top or the bottom? That is a normal. So let me open up the CAD. Let's open up CAD because this should be a set spacing. Just don't know if it needs to go up or down. Let's see what the CAD looks like. Because that's a solid millimeter of play there, at least. So we need to put an extra washer in there somewhere. Voron 2, 2.1. Don't you dare sit on my keyboard. Here's the foot I was working on. That's the foot piece. Unisolate. There we go. Oh, wow. Wow. It's got 3 below and none above. Oops. Hold on. Get back where I was. 3 washers below, none above on that side. What's this side? 3 above, none below. That doesn't seem right. The tail and the beard. Oh yeah. This distance here should be the same. That should be on the same plane as that. And it's not quite. It's 0.1 millimeters off. But that I bet you is a millimeter gap in there. So 1 below, 3 above is what I'm going to go with, I think. 1 below, 3 above. Which I am on the edge of these. I did get 1 millimeter too short of pins. So I'm going to offset this a little bit to make this a little better. Oh, offset it a lot of bit. Okay, let's see here. To go here. And then 3 above. And we'll try to even out the amount of exposed bearing. Something like that. This needs to come down just a tiny little bit. Go. Oops, a little too much. Pretty good to me to even. That wasn't eject, yep. Not intentional. There we go. Okay, now this is the one we're working on. This goes down. This goes there. This goes here. It's back in. There, that's a little bit of float, which I think is good because that'll allow it to line up. Probably have a good system yet. Hey RJ, what were you asking me? What are you running for a PC? You opened up Fusion like butter. The computer I'm on right now is a older, here, let's see. Let's see what this will show. That's not what. Let's go here. Let's see what this will show. Is there anything that matters? I have a GeForce RTX 3060, 64 gigs of RAM. It's a 9900K, so it's quite old. How are we doing on likes and views? We are not at 50% likes. I'm going to give away Filament in 18 minutes. It's a little later than normal. I probably should have done it at 6, but we'll do it in 18 minutes. Filament and then the 5 gifted memberships. Yeah, so it's a 9900K with 64 gigs of RAM and a 3060 video card. Hey, Troy. We do have kitties. See? Okay, that is done. So then we have M3 by 20s holding a back plate on here. So that is this back plate and M3 by 20s, really? Holy moly. That'll be this bin. That'll be these. Hey, Andy. Things are going well. An M3 by 20 into plastic. I guess if it's going into plastic, if you have 18 millimeters of threads engaged, you're doing pretty good. So my other computer, which is going to end up coming in here, is a i7, I think it's a 13700 with 64 gigs of RAM. That'll probably end up replacing this one at some point. It might be 15700. It might be a 15700. I think it's a 15th gen. Which, don't those have problems? Doesn't Intel have a big problem? Okay, so that is an XY joint. That is going to go on this guy. Right like that. That'll go on there, like that. Thirteenth and 14th gen. I don't remember which my other one is. What is the current gen? What is their current gen? What are they up to? You are purring like crazy. 15, so it's a 13th gen. Mine's a 13700 because it's not brand new. Okay, so we'll do this and we won't tighten this down because we know we're going to need to tweak this a bit. Okay, so here. There are 4 of these. Make sure I get 4 of the Fushi. How old is Oscar now? Oscar and Felix are both, they'll be 2 in June. So they're just, I mean, like June 12th. So they're about 18 months old. They're little teenage turds. Okay, so that's going in there. And this side goes this way. And that is 1 down and 3 up. No, that's the other way. It's got to go the other way. Three down, 1 up. Okay. So 3 down, 1 up. So 1 and that. This will need to be loosened. This will need to push, I guess, about there. 1, 2, 3. Bearing here. There. That's really close. Okay. So 3 down. Oops. 3 down. 1 up, and a 5 by 30 to here. Go. Little bit of play, which I think is okay. Not a millimeter like I had before. Okay, that is there. And then this comes here with 2 more of the 20 millimeter screws. So this is, I haven't really plugged this as much as I should. This is being built to be raffled off for Sanjay Mortimer Foundation. The drawing will happen on March 8th in Manchester at the event. I will be there. Apparently I'm on the schedule to when we do the drawing for this. Many of the Voron team will be there. So if you want a chance at winning this printer that I'm building right now, you need not be there to win. And shipping, it getting to you is being covered by SMF. So raffle tickets are available at a link in the description. Why did 2.1 have double shear and what I assumed to be live idlers only for 2.4 and Trident not to use that stock? 2.4 and was a giant simplification of the build. There was way too much going on in these. So, and Trident is is incorporating a lot of 2.4 stuff, and then the other way around as things evolved. So. Like, add to our 2.4 with monolith. Hoo-hoo of people. My cat would be trying to steal the bolts on the bench. He just wants to steal pets. Lots of shipping time. I know. I'm so worried about shipping it off. And this is part of why this thing has to be done. This thing has to be printing by like this weekend. It's a little tight. I wanted to start this a little earlier. I just couldn't. So we will do what we can. But the expectation is to ship it there and then 15 on either side. Okay, so a rail on the bottom here. So the expectation is to ship it there. So it needs to be done now. Okay. Mr. Your tail. Take this off. Okay, what do I want? I want that to be the front. Yeah, that to be the front. So this is going to go down here. Right, like that. Like that. I'm planning on dropping off the screen on Saturday, if that's okay. That would be awesome, Bill. Thank you very much. That is good timing. Bill is going to donate an original Rip Wrap display to the cause. I appreciate it. Because I thought I had one, because I had one at some point. It's probably around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Because I had bought one for my 2.2 I was building. But does that mean more streams of the build? It means that it may be members only content on Saturday to continue to work on it some more. And then Sunday, hopefully, to finish it off. So I hear a Felix. But it is everything I need to work on for the next week. So if that means doing some, if I do it members only, I will commit to, since it's a second stream in January, I will make it live right away after we're done. How's that? I will make it public right away. Or we just do a bonus stream and make the members stream we did a public member stream last year. Maybe we just do another one. We just do a bonus Saturday stream. It's the public, maybe public, but only members can chat. What do you guys think about that as a compromise? Since I need to do a second Charlie's Angels stream this month, maybe I do that one public, but only members can chat. Is that awful? That might be awful. That might be frustrating for people. That might be frustrating for people, though. I'm just thinking through it as I talk. Is that a screw problem or is that a T-nut problem? That's a T-nut problem. Leave Mason alone. Thank you for becoming a member. Oh, that is just a not fully inserted T-nut problem. Okay. Try that again. Nope, that one's going away. That one doesn't want to stay. You go. One thing I really don't like doing is gatekeeping content. That's why member streams become public a month after. I'm just concerned that live, if not everybody can participate, then it just gets more frustrating for people. So maybe we make it a Charlie's Angel stream, but in all other cases, it is public because it's this. I could change my mind, but that's where I'm probably going to go for now. I'll overthink it, change my mind every few seconds between now and then you guys will all be surprised or just figure out what I do when it happens. Because when the members can't speak, you have to do a giveaway just to make the puller dead list extra long. No, I will not. I will not ever do a gatekeeps raffle. I will not do a giveaway just for members. Okay, so that is on there finally. Get these guys here. Where's the other one, Oscar? There it is. Okay, and just for the evil laugh. That's something I feel fairly strong about. Very, very certain of my stance. Do not like. There we go. Let's make it a no member stream. You might actually get respect in chat. That's so true, John. You wouldn't be able to chat. What we could do is do one of the only Charlie's Angel stream where we do give away a roll of filament. A reminder to hit live because the drawing's coming up. There you go. That's right. We got 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. So that is there. That goes there. Cats only stream. There we go. It is single MGN9 and it's even undermounted. This is the way it sits. It's undermounted. So for 2.4, the additional rail was to the front, not to the bottom. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, nope, I wanted that. Now I want that. I'm gonna get around you. There we go. Okay. Polymaker filament giveaway. Link is in the description in the pinned post. We will be rolling to see how many times I am willing to restart the countdown. Let me get things up and running. Let's see if I ever got... So here's something that is a little different. I am not going to be able to do instant gratification today because apparently something's wrong or I entered something wrong in the little system I do to get a code. I have not received my code yet. So I won't be able to send out the code right away, but I will get that taken care of. I tried it twice and I didn't get it, and I was extra careful the second time. So I have a feeling there's something wrong in the Polymaker system right now. Okay. Let's see. Let me pull this up. We've got responses here. We have 123 responses. I should just stop it now. We barely have 50% likes. Oh, you too, Liz? Awesome. It's not just me then. And you're going to message Joel, so thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Let's get over 100 likes before I start this, folks. We're at 97. We're at 97. There we go. That jumped right up to 111. Perfect. Okay. This is good. Let's go here. We are going to roll 1. I am only restarting once. So once I start the countdown, I am only restarting once. That's once I start the countdown. Let me get everything ready here, there. Okay. Only one time. So 3, 2, 1. I want to restart once. So we need to get one in here so I can restart. Nobody wants to restart it, then I can just 125 is a nice round number. I can save this. Hey. Nobody. Okay, I guess we're done. I don't get to restart it. Let's save. Oh. So I hit save. We got 126 responses. Whoever got in that last one is it. 125 is a good number though. You got to admit it, John. Oh, okay. Bill got in there first. Who got that last one in? Oops, I scrolled too far. Francois. Okay, if you missed out, you missed out. Okay, we are going to do, we have, how many days is it until it's like 39 days until the event? No, it's like 37. So 1 in 37. Spin already? Here, let's see something here. What are we up to? I'm bringing up the Joe Diggy page. What was it? We have 38 days. Close enough. We're over $4,000 though. Alan Kilgore, you said 25. We'll do 25. Why did I pick 25? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and spin. What do we got? GTR Dad? GTR Dad, we can actually read them today. Today would have been the day to enter. GTR Dad, are you here? Congratulations. GTR Dad, are you here? GTR Dad, congrats. Are you here though? It is a little later than normal. I don't know where people are. I don't like to start them this late, but couldn't be helped. He's playing GTR. GTR Dad, are you here? Oh, I should have started the timer. I forgot to start the timer. There you are. Congrats. Thank you. I didn't have to worry about forgetting to restart the timer. So the system is broken right now. So I will send you a email once it's working again. If you don't hear from me by Sunday, ping me. I don't know. I just picked Sunday as a day. If you don't hear from me, then ping me. But I expect it'll be fixed soon. Okay. Awesome. Congrats. Okay, back to this. Let's put our die away. So we have the rail installed. Now we're going to have a bunch of, so this one goes here, this one goes here. Now we have a bunch of inserts to put in, or T-nuts. So you've seen how many of these I've put in. These are like 50 cents a piece, these T-nuts. Maybe not that much, but close to it. Two on top. This printer is got all the good expensive parts. And then one on the back. Is a little different. I don't usually have one on the back. And I only have three more. Only three more of those. Okay. So now this is on the back here. This side goes on here. These are in 3x10s. Looks like I'm about to need to dip into my stash. Five by 10 there, and 5x10 in the back. M5x20, what in the world? Fortunately, I just bought a bunch of M5x20s. This bottom one's an M5x20. I just bought a bunch of M5x20s because I used them for the frame. I went a little longer on the frame to make sure that the threads were able to be fixed, because they were self-formed threads, so I re-drilled them and tapped them. Oh, the giveaway link is still there. Thank you. Oh, and I need to give away some gifted memberships. So I'm giving away the last, and there we are. Okay. There we go. Now all is right in the world. Okay. All new names, I think, there. That's good. Okay. That, I need them 5x10s. Oh, come on. Stuck. There we go. And I was grabbing the wrong bin. Anyway. There we go. RJ Repo Man, thanks for being a member. Mac's still eating dinner. Was he not planning on coming back? What a punk. What a punk. Okay, so there is our X-axis. Now, I have some M5x16s going into the cable bridge, which is... Let's try this one for right now. That'll be on this side. So, set of 10s here. Got 16s. Those are 12s, right? Yeah, to 12. 16s. Those are 12s. These are 16s. This goes here. I think. Okay, that bottoms out before it tightens up. That's not okay. Is that the right piece? Ah. Yeah, that's the right piece. Let's pull this and try these 12s that are over here. That'll work. That grabs. Do the 12s. There we go. That does not match. Play around with that later. Play around with that later. Okay. Now we get to put this on the printer using M3x12s for most areas and M3x16s for the Hall Effect end stop pod. Stuff out of the way. Chat frozen? You guys check if chat is frozen. I feel like chat is frozen. Ugh. Okay. Don't think so? Okay. I'm just checking. So now this is gonna go here. Looks about right. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. Get some 12s. I think there and there. Let's just get one on each side so it kind of holds in place. Troy, thank you for buying some entries. You know, in any case, it's for a good cause. And you get a chance at winning this. Sounds like a win-win to me. I don't get to, or I'm choosing not to enter myself. So that's why I gifted some entries at the last stream. We'll probably do more of those on Sunday, depending on how things go. My intent is to basically gift the proceeds that I gain from these streams. I'm just waiting for YouTube to confirm what I gained from the last stream. Okay. Here we go. Incendium. So now this isn't super smooth. So what we're going to do is loosen these guys, because the main point here. Oh, those are these need to be like, do I have some 14s? M5 by 14 is a weird size, but no, I don't. Okay. Let's try M5 by 16s with a spacer, because those are just not enough thread engagement. Let's do a washer with M5 by 16. Yeah, I think that'll work. There's just not enough thread engagement there. Otherwise, Butterfingers. There we go. But these need to be loose for the moment. And on the bottom. There we go. These can come off. Okay. What do we got here? I'll make sure those are all. Here. That is not super smooth. So we've got let's see how we got it. That's doing pretty good there. I'm just seeing how the extrusion is lining up compared to on the front or back. That's out. Let's see if I can pull this. I'm gonna pull that out. That's hitting. Maybe I push this one in. Maybe it's out back here. This means I need to put my little clamp back on it. Loosening up this rear bar here so I can pull this in a little bit. This is why this spacing and the joints here are all pretty critical. So loosen that. And loosen all of these. This should come together here a bit, but we need to reclamp this to make sure that stays. Let's move this. Yeah, let's keep this back here because that's kind of setting our, that feels a lot, that feels better. Let's clamp this right about there. What's the raffle? What are you talking about? Ah. Where did my... Oh, there it is. Make sure these all stay even. Good night, penguin makers. There we go. Clamp that. And clamp that. Make sure that those stay. And then the question is, this these should be loose. There we go. There we go. It's feeling more even front and back. Hey, Truggy. Just lift this a little bit. Oh, why wasn't that loose? Okay, it was. One side was loose, that's all that really mattered. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh. These things just do not want to stay. Okay, let's pull this off. This out of the way. Now let's see how this does. Let's see how we are. It's touching there now. That's touching. That's touching. In about the same way. I'm just comparing this. Yep. That all looks pretty good. Let's tighten these up just a little bit. Now let's see how this does. There's a little roughness kind of the whole way along. Kitties are getting big, aren't they? Gonna try to shift things around. Not super thrilled. Straight. Why is that not? Steven, how you doing, man? This is really annoying that these don't stay in. I don't usually have that much trouble with these staying in. It is a 250 build. Okay, well, I'm going to go with that for right now. Let's see how it feels when everything here is tightened down. Feels worse. That's not great. Okay, why does it feel worse? That's not acceptable. Okay, that is better. So what is causing, when I loosen these, so now let's tighten them up. Interesting. It's back to a little rough. I'm not liking it. What's up, buddy? I don't like it. Why is it? Oh, well, that one's off. But if I take this back here, well, that's about right. But why? Ah, there we go. And this goes forward. It's not good. I'm not pleased with that. That should move smoothly, and something is off. Something is off. So I don't want to belt this up yet until I figure out why this isn't moving smooth. I can feel it in the rails, and running this will wear out those rails more quickly. Vertical Z alignment causing the weirdness. Well, I bolted, that's why I bolted this so that these that's why I clamped the extrusion across there. Hey, Plague. XY joints warped slightly. Oh, I don't. Let's just loosen up one side of this. Yeah, it's still, I can feel it in the rail. I can feel a little bump. Oh, shoot. Hold on, that's why. Is it smooth when things are loose? Eh. loosen all this up. No, which means it can't really be a, got to be something else. Yeah, I think if I'm really careful there, and it might be, if it's slightly, if it's racked at all, it's not. So maybe I just need to get it nicely aligned, and then maybe I'm not pulling it exactly evenly. So maybe it'll, if I am very careful with the belts, making sure everything, because if I'm pushing on one side or the other, unevenly, it might be causing it. Can also try checking to see how even the rail is. Yeah, I'm not really happy with that. I'm not really happy with that, and I'm not sure why it's doing that. The bearings were smooth off the printer. Kind of getting a gauge on if this is at the same level by using the straight edge here. And they all feel about the same. Yeah, something's not totally straight. Okay, well, let's keep going. X. The rails aren't parallel. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might run a test indicator along them and see if they're at least parallel with the extrusion. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll do that between streams though. I'm starting to fade. I am starting to fade. So maybe the goal of belting it isn't, fully belting it isn't going to be attainable, but maybe we can get the X carriage here assembled. Nope, I didn't need to do that. Okay, X carriage. And these parts. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try to belt it tonight. Like I said, I'm fading. I'm gonna do just the X carriage and call it good from there. I feel pretty good about the progress overall. It's looking like a printer. So yeah, the interviews today, it's pretty draining to talk like that for extended periods. Typing notes, lots. Okay, hex nuts in there. And then M3 by 16. These guys. 3 by 16. So what do we do up here? So this is nuts on the back here. So I don't get that. There was a revision at some point, because there are not these nuts slide in instead. I think they slide in to the side. And those just stay there. Okay. Let's see if a screw threads into them just fine. These go in the side. Does that? No, it doesn't. Maybe it does. Yeah, there we go. That thread's in there. Okay. So we have these two parts here. My throat might be. I do feel it there, Bill. Yeah. I'm not allowed to get sick. It's not okay. Okay, M3 by 30s. M3 by 30s. Hold this thing together. That one's rusty. It's gone. That one's 2. That one's good. Okay. So we have another part here that is good to go. Okay. Sure. World. Goes there. 3 by 30 through here. It looks like that threads into plastic. Okay. At least the ones that are going into plastic have a lot of threads. Okay, so that goes there. Then another M3 by 30 goes through up here, but that goes through this as well. This is the, and there's a little piece of plastic protrusion there. There we are. That matches a spot on the rail here. This is not Afterburner. So this is the Bowden tool head that was the standard previous to Afterburner. This goes through, threads in here. The GPs. Welcome. I was too embarrassed in the first stream. Is this a kit? No, this is not a kit. So this is this printer is the original Voron development platform for Voron 2. RCF Max donated this to the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation, and I have volunteered to do the rebuild. And we decided to rebuild this as a Voron 2.1 because everybody has seen a bunch of 2.4 builds. It's a whole lot more fun to me to build this as a 2.1. Oh yeah, you're in the States, huh, Neil? You having fun? Okay, so that is that. And then we've got some M3x16s that are going to temporarily hold the go in here. Oh boy, is that really M3x16? That's what it says, but it seems like that would be better served as a 12 because that goes in there. Those are just the belt clamps. Oh well, we'll just put it in as a 16 for now. Doesn't hurt. I bet you a 12 would be fine. Okay, and then we need to test fit. Let's see if I can find one. The default, I have a probe here. The default probe for this. Ugh. If you look at the documentation here, is this PL08. I don't have any of these. I've never used these. I've always used the Omrons. That's what we're going to use here. But I'm going to figure out how this thing actually goes in and holds in place. So it looks like it's designed to use these for a PL08 and then some screws go into the side. So there's these little pieces that go around. But that is not how this is going to go. Huh. Maybe there's alternate parts. Let's find out. Because I know that the Omrons were a thing. So these are the files. So let's go to the gantry, X carriage. Z probe retainer is what I just printed. The Omron probe is not. It's the PL08 that gives the Omron probe a bad name, Tuxedo. Honestly, I've had nothing but luck with the Omrons. Did you have to rebuild anything Max put together last stream? Yes! The front idlers. The front idlers were all Max's fault. Or Bill's, or mine, or Morden's, or I don't know who else was working on those. The PL08 is the red one, red version. Here. PL08 inductive probe. So this is your classic PL08 inductive probe. This is the less expensive Krusty. Hey. This is the less expensive option to the Omron version. So now this has a little different shape to it, and that is, I don't actually have any PL08s to put in here. So I guess this would have gone in here, and then a screw would have gone between these pieces into there to hold it in. So we actually, technically, I think, dropped support for the PL08. Where did I just put the Omron that I had? Oh, it's in there. So this is going to have to go in here, and Okay, so that shouldn't be too bad. Let's just do a little experiment here. Let's do a little experiment of simply cutting these tabs off. I don't prefer the PL08. I'm going to try to make this work. Okay, so there's... that would go like that, but that's not deep enough. That doesn't have any adjustment either. PL8s can be melty, yes. But the PL08, the 8 in that indicates an 8mm sense distance. These Omrons are, if you look, come on, come on, come on. There we go. TL05 MC. These are 5mm sense distance. So I may need to create a couple of pieces here, a couple of these pieces that have, maybe make one that's 3mm lower than these, that moves it 3mm lower. So if you look at the manual here, the way this goes together is you throw a screw in here between those two to hold it in place. That's weird. That actually goes behind it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe we can still look at this. So that actually goes behind. And what size screw would this be if we did this? Oh, that's right at a 20. Let's see what happens when we follow this line of thinking here. So this would go in here like this. Thread into that. So that would hold that in like that, right? And take this piece, cut these little bits off as well. Yeah, those positions are a solid 10mm apart though, Bob. So if that goes there. Okay, and then this, aha, that's how that goes. And maybe it is okay. That's how that goes. I wonder if that's all correct-ish. And then those are M3x12s to hold that in. Just keep going. Oh, I probably have 12s here. Yeah. So let's go to the lower side. That threads in. Oh, that does not. Maybe once both sides thread in, it'll lock in. Not really. It's just sitting there stripping. That needs to be tweaked a little bit. Hey, Alex. You'll find out when you go to probe the bed with it, yeah. But then if we look at this, so now if this comes off of here, you can kind of mock this up a little bit as the end. So this goes, oh. Yeah, that doesn't fit. No matter how many times I tap it, it's just not gonna go in there. Okay, that explains that. That might be something I take you up on, Bill. I might be forced to go, because this would normally go in there and then bolt on right there. So now what ends up happening, that will fit, but take this off. That will now go up in there, but not the way. So I may either have to use a PL08, which I really don't want to, because that'll go in there now. Tweaking models for Voron would be faster than the Amazon PL08. Well, I might have a Bill PL08. I don't know which is faster. Just put one of these screws in here so I can get a... That doesn't want to line up anymore. Whoa, what happened there? What? Okay, that's really weird. Oh, well, that's not fun. Okay, so here, let's see if I can get this. You see that nut there? It is in that pocket. The problem is that pocket is not just that. I need to get a screw in here and actually pull that. I don't know if you can see in there. Let's see if we can get... That actually is pulling that nut into a pocket here towards the screw. What's happened here is that nut has actually flipped inside of that little pocket. So I may end up having to reprint that if I can't get this turned around. Oh, I got it turned around. Okay. Build me a house, zigzag. Okay, zigzag. I don't get the joke. Okay, so now that is pulled into place. I don't know how well it's in place, but it's there. Tweak the design anyway, maybe the BTT Eddy. The BTT Eddy is a fine device, but I don't know if I'm any better off with it in here. I'm just seeing how this all goes together. Looks like it's fine. Let me grab an Eddy. I might have one right here. Do I have one right here? Eddy. Is that an Eddy? Yeah. Here's an Eddy. Clear edition Eddy. I don't know if there's any real advantage. I don't know if there's any real advantage here. Oh, and it's a little wider. Doesn't actually fit between that spot. Yeah, the eddy is a little wider than the Omron. So I would have to tweak more parts in order to get it to fit. It won't fit in there. So anyway, I need to figure out something with this. I think the easy answer is to use a PL08. Then I can use the files that came with it and everything still works fine. Okay. Oh. I have faded. I got a duck. Not using the easy route. Nope. Got getting capped on and wedged in. Well, this printer deserves more than that. But we have the gantry in. It is not fully belted. I need to do some investigations on the rails, make sure that they are. I just used the little printed pieces. I will investigate what has happened there. This guy is going to go. There we go. Why is that not just... There we go. Oh, just lost another. There. Woohoo. Getting there. How long do you take to disassemble a Voron 2.4? Well, we did it in a unbuild stream, a Wednesday unbuild stream a couple of weeks ago, or okay, a month and a half ago. About a month and a half ago we did it. Within the course of we unbuilt this. This was a 2.4. We unbuilt it on stream in about 2 hours. So, do I have any emails? Nope. I don't have the thing. Anyway. We did it nicely in a couple hours. On stream. So, anyway, folks, thanks for hanging out. We will be back. I will probably do this as a special public Charlie's Angel stream on Saturday, and then more of it on Sunday. Hopefully, basically finishing it off on Sunday, at least the main build, and then I'll polish it off before it gets shipped out. I need to do some brackets and stuff to make it shipping ready as well. So, am noticing the belts are nicely aligned in the openings here. So things are looking pretty good. So with that, have a good rest of your week. And we will see you next time. Enjoy the build, folks. Bye. Yeah, join Phil tomorrow for Delta Flyer funsies.